Hi, so I'm Kshitij and I'll be presenting my project today, which is called Retrace. So Retrace is a safety incident replay system for AI agents. And AI agent failures are difficult to reproduce because their decisions depend on prompts, retrieved documents, tool responses, model versions, and external state. So Retrace captures this evidence, recreates the failure safely, and verifies whether a proposed fix actually works. So this is the architecture uh, that Retrace follows. So Retrace uses fast API as its control plane, open telemetry for instrumentation, and Signoz for traces, logs, and metrics, and Docker for isolated execution. So a failed execution is converted into sanitized replay manifest. The manifest is executed inside a sandbox, and the result is compared with the original execution. So I'll show you a demo. So let's say I trigger an unsafe incident, and so this incident is like unsafe V1. The agent name is unsafe V1. It issues a refund, and the safety was violated. So the demo it models a customer support agent processing a $500 refund. So refunds above $100 require human approval, but an untrusted retrieve document contains a prompt injection, like here. So so what happens like the agent follows the instruction and chooses to issue the refund. So the refund tool is simulated, and so no real financial operation occurs here. Retrace shows the customer lookup, document retrieval, model decision tool, and invocation, and failed safety evaluation as well. So we see if we go over to Signoz, I'll just go over the traces. So use this query. So the last 5 minutes. So this is like the Retrace API, and this is like the waterfall for how the agent ran and what happened. So the execution is exported to Signos as an open telemetry trace. So each agent steps become a span with AI and security attributes. So we can see that the retrieve document contained an instruction like so the instruction that I showed you on the page earlier, and the vulnerable planner failed to detect that. So the refund tool violated policy, and the final safety evaluator failed. This gives us like the complete decision path behind the incident. So so what I'll do now is I'll go back to Retrace. I'll replay the same failure. So so this is like the replay mode, and what happens is like uh, the sandbox um, ran the same thing again, and it has stimulated tools, restricted resources, and no production credentials. So the replay chooses issue refund. If you see here, like the action is issue refund, which is like sufficient to reproduce the original failure with exact fidelity. And how do I verify the patch? So let's say I have a replay patched agent. So right now, what happened was we executed the patched agent against the same evidence, and the patch version retrieve content as untrusted and enforces the approval limit. So it requests human approval, if you see here, without issuing the refund. So Retrace identifies the model plan. Uh, right. Just a sec. Yeah, sorry here. So like the first divergence as the model plan is the first divergence step, and marks the patch is verified because the evidence remains identical. So we know the behavior changed because of the patch. So so to conclude, I would say like Retrace extends Signos' observability into safe reproducibility, helping team understand AI agents incidents and replay them without production access, and also verify fixes before deployment. So thank you. This was my presentation.